think I got everything set up here. Turn my mic down a little bit. I'm always worried my mic is a bit too loud sometimes. Sure the music's not too loud because I was looking at it on stream. Should be about it. Should be good enough. So where did we leave off last time? We finished Shattered Time yesterday, and my god, that was a story and a half right there. So there's still a lot of questions I have about it, but I think what I'll do for that is I'll watch the Shadow uploader developer's cut where he kind of commentates over it. Kind of like how I'm doing, but he actually wrote the mod. So I'll probably get some more clear answers to what I have at the moment. But the goal today is to finish this chapter up and then make a prediction of what we think is going to happen in Forlon Chapter 3 and whatever this last arc is going to be when that actually comes out as well, which I don't know when that's coming out. Yeah, let's not waste any more time. So we left off right when Arcane was leaving the roof here after her and Monica had a long talk. So we're just going to pick right up back there. Still kind of curious on how this stuff's gonna be able to tie together. I have to read in between the lines a lot more. And I forget he's in this guy's in every single mod, and it's just like, I mean, the last mod we killed him, which that was not expected. So, and now he's brought a friend this time, so this is even more great. Don't even call them humans, just call them it. See, now for me, it's like every time I look at Koto in this series, like I have the thing of thinking that she's dead. I mean, she is dead technically, but she's not dead in the other mods. Now since I've seen Shattered Time fully through, it's just that whole mod is kind of just glued to my brain, so I have to kind of remove that here for this, because this is a completely different approach here. Yeah, I'm excited to finish this up and actually start seeing if I can start piecing things together. But yeah, so far everyone knows that by this point that we're dead. Well, not dead, but we're about to die. I mean, that's one way of naming them. Pretty interesting though, with what has been going on, so. 1 second here. Gotta take care of something. I know we're like 2 minutes in, but I gotta take care of something really. Alright, that's taken care of. Can resume now. Honestly, I should take more notice to some of these characters. Because there might be something with them that I don't know. They could be more important. Like with Koto, I had to pay attention a whole lot because she didn't show up very much, but she was heavily connected with everything. We gotta go to the club after class so they can we can all discuss what's happening and hopefully figure out a verdict here for why we're dead. I mean, we know why we died, but more insight to it. I keep saying we died when we technically didn't die. It's kind of a habit. Unfortunately, Himari cannot come with us. At least I don't think so. It tells me something's gonna go bad in this hallway when we walk out here again. The amount of people that pick on her is insane. It doesn't stop there either. It only gets worse. It tells me we're not gonna make it. We're gonna get stopped somewhere. Yeah. I had a feeling that she's gonna get stopped. Now we got this guy who... I don't even know. He's probably just as bad as Joichiro here. Hopefully he doesn't show up too, otherwise we have a problem. Oh boy, he's making advances now. Style of artwork I haven't seen, not gonna lie. At least not like this. It's interesting. Now we're bringing up all these other students. Forget how relentless these characters are like this. Because these kind of people don't think. That's why they don't think of these words. Yes, people like Wallace here, I wish I could just... I don't know. I don't want to go there. But... they're not good people. Destiny person again. It's not like we can move away from him either, I bet. She wishes she could. Don't want to take you serious because you're not the guy. You're not the guy. Oh boy. Why did he go there? How could he say that about us? That's unbelievable. In what world does he think that's okay to say? We're running around with everybody like that. Because it's true. It's true. Plus, he is kind of small, not gonna lie. I don't think I want to know either. Considering what this Charlotte person's been described as, I don't even want to know. now you want to say it's her loss? Like he really thinks he's all that. My God. We're gonna slap this guy in the face. Cause I mean, the last time we had this Jochiro guy doing this to us, and then we beat him up in a scene. Cause you know what? That's what we thought was a good play. What's he about to do? He's about to do that. Yeah, he's just gonna make advances on her like that. And think that's a good thing. I mean, even after, he just won't let up. I hate how persistent these kind of people are. Okay. They're not actually about to do that. My friend has got to get whacked upside the head. Comes from that to save the day, quote unquote. As I was saying, he straight up slaps him in the jaw. Screw the rules. He still doesn't get the message. He's still not done. Oh no, never mind. The teacher caught up. Well, he got what he deserved, that's for sure. Losing frames again. I hope not. Okay, we're good for now. I won't probably be saying as much again because I've been trying to let this play out a bit more. Unless I find something I want to say something about. Because I'm mostly trying to read in between the lines, trying to understand it too.
Honestly, I think punching him in the face was the correct play. At least for what he was trying to do. But I mean, otherwise we would have just tried to lay him out. Oh, I bet Natsuki would have done that if she was not capable. If she was able to, she would definitely try to lay this guy out. Not seen her called that yet. Oh, if only they were in the Shattered Time timeline, they would know how bad this guy is. If only. And do all that just have the discussion for another day? I hope not. I should probably mention this stream won't be as long because I'm only playing this today. And I have nothing else on my agenda since I started later than usual. So I'm guessing we're gonna stick with the rules of, well, not the rules, with what we've been going through here. These two are related still. And it's gonna be off this, tribe of Terracnos. Hopefully we get to hear about Terracnos' sister a bit more, and that gets explained a bit more as well. right. Starting here. Not gonna lie, at first I thought Articus was like the father figure. At first. I mean, he's the older brother, so technically he acts like one. At least he should. Right? So he used to be good. He actually wasn't always like this, Terracnos. Then they teamed up against their sister. I cannot pronounce her name to save my life, so I'm gonna avoid it like a plague, but once they did that, Terracnos' spirit, it looks like, as being said here, is starting to change. Well, there's one place we know where the manipulative part of Terracnos came from her. It's just okay. So he was in an accident and it ruined his mind to the point where he thought his brother was turning on him. And so that's why he turned to this dark side. Kind of like this sort of Chinese sort of music vibe. I think that's what you call this, something like that. At least that's what I associate it with when I hear something like this. All sounds hard to believe. This is just what those two had to live with. So in this case, us and a cane are the victim, and in Shadow Time it was us and Natsuki the victim, but there was a way out of it. We don't know the way out of this one yet. And even then, that way out of it was still open-ended. How are we just gonna switch up the music like that and make things normal now? I do apologize for random jump cuts. My stream says it's not lagging, but it might be lagging a little bit. See, a part of me thinks that, well, not a part of me. Articus has all this power. What he's doing right now is, in chapter 1, he took us somewhere to, I don't know, teach us some sort of power. At least somewhere where Terragnos wouldn't be able to harm us. But he knows. He does know. Doesn't want to put an end to what Terragnos and his sister have been doing this whole time. But her sister has different intentions, at least for a Kane here. That's the thing about this stuff as well. They mentioned that there's no way to prove it, so everything's just open-ended at the moment with what's been going on. Oh yeah, everyone's still believing the rumor that she killed us when she didn't. She didn't do a damn thing.
sounds about right. Which would add up to her personality and why she's like this. It does make sense that way. See, with that right there, a part of me wonders if her sister is going to be the big main villain here. And we actually can form a quote-unquote alliance with Terragnos, even after all he's done. But then again, I don't know if that's even plausible, considering what he's done. I don't know, it depends on how much worse his sister is. Definitely a whole lot to just think about, that's for sure. That's good. I guess with the cage, she is a bit resistant on that. I mean, I guess it does make sense because she doesn't want her character's like she doesn't want to be a burden to people. Her character is similar to Sayori's original character in some ways. Not completely, because there's her own little perks in how she's written, but I can see that resemblance there. Stable condition. So so far we're alive. We're not alive and well because we're the furthest thing from well right now. You know what it does make me wonder if Terragnos could just I don't think that's how his power works. If he could just, because if you remember in Shattered Time, he was able to go inside Amy's body. So, I'm wondering if he could just do that to us. Even while we're just unconscious, he could just go in there. But I mean, he can't right now because Articus is with our body, so he's protecting us right now. But I wonder if he could do that. They did. So the night nurse case is, I want to say, like canon to this. From what they're saying, it could be canon to this. It would start making sense if it is. Again, I looked into Night Nurse, so now I'm trying to see the connections with that, because I know how that ended. Terragnos was behind at least some of the Night Nurse case, if not all of it. I like when this song plays because there's not a lot of moments where you get just nothing intense happening or nothing to take in right now. Yep. I was expecting that response. Once she said, can never repay this kindness. I find that written a lot. But I mean, it makes sense though. Because some people are like that. Got up with that one. These two are the brains of the group. What's gonna happen now is the real question. I kind of like it being written in her POV. I noticed with the other mods is the POVs kind of switch sometimes. I just find it a difficult thing to do because I don't want when I wanted to do it, I didn't want to confuse anyone by writing in different POVs. But I think on my next mod I might try it. And hopefully not, make it too confusing with what I'm trying to convey with it. her mom is pretty terrible with how she acts. Get a lot of vibes from Natsuki's aunt from Shattered Time with her mom. Now since I played that, I'm getting that too. Another one of those touching scenes. Mom made her lose friends? Hmm. I like that line that Monica said. The people who will who are gonna stay close to you will be by your side no matter what. They'll never leave you. It's true. I like this narrative of we both, because in chapter one we didn't think we deserved the cane a whole lot, and now she's thinking the same thing. She doesn't deserve us. I wonder why we're so similar. I mean, when I played Shattered Time, I first didn't see that resemblance of just being. We were so like edgy and just we didn't want to talk to anybody at the start, but then that really started to change as it went through. Though I know Shattered Time and this are not connected because Shattered Time is it's its own thing. From what I've read, it looks like it's just its own thing. It's its own timeline. We're coming to the end of this segment here. Oh boy, here's the sister. So how is she gonna get involved? Because if you remember, she set her sights on us, or not us, Kane. This is who she wants. But what we want to do, when Articus mentioned that we'd have to go to her in order to figure out some sort of way for us to stop Tarachnos from doing whatever action he's committing for this whole perfect world thing that he's going for. This is an interesting character, to say the least. Well, I kind of like Yamaguchi. That's a good name. Is that a saxophone? That is definitely a saxophone. I don't like this slow music. I have a saxophone, so maybe at some point I'll be tempted to learn something like this. I think it'd be cool. She's gonna tell her that about what's going on. I mean, I thought Monica let her know what's going on, but I guess not the whole details, so yeah. She's gonna get the rest of it here. Yeah. She was probably worried about that because Everyone seems to know about this secret is out. It is kind of unhealthy how many people know, so. And taking it the wrong way, too. Yeah. That's exactly how we felt, too. With the whole mind looping thing. Still can't believe how we knew that she liked chocolate cake. That she liked chocolate cake. Oh, the repeat, he made us figure that out. Why would she hate us though? Why would she hate us? Why would we hate her? Because we both thought of it this way. Is it just me or not? You know, I like her with when she doesn't have her glasses on. It might be just me. Probably because most of the characters don't wear glasses, and she's like one of the only few that I've seen. Amy does, but who actually uses Amy's character? Yeah, we never did. No, I think there's a sprite where you can take Amy's glasses off, and I haven't considered using it. Now that I think about it, that sounds about right. And that's definitely something our character would do. So shocked about that. Thinking that someone's gonna steal us from her. not make it feel good, that's for sure. Yeah. It would not make her feel good. It's hard watching this a little bit sometimes because you know that these characters were basically meant to be, but they're drifting away because they don't think they deserve each other. Well, scene's been really touching because you got like a mother figure, like an actual genuine mother figure, because Kane's actual mother, well, who she calls Lady, is just, I think as she put it, basically a complete waste of space with how she treats her. Her dad is so much better, but they got split apart early, so she couldn't really grow up with her dad. And was kind of left in this lingering sort of state. Yeah, Miss Yume over here, she clearly understands. This is the furthest thing from a normal day this has been. Away from the curtain. There's no way she knows about this whole tribe stuff. How does she know? Now I want to know how she's involved in all this now. If this is the case, I hope she's involved in Chapter 3 in some capacity. If she knows at least some sort of level of this stuff. Yeah, so she does know a little bit. Isn't Articus with us though? I mean, maybe he's able to do multiple things and keep her safe as well. I'm not sure how his whole spirit sort of thing works. I just know Terracnos is very good with time, and his sister is very manipulative and all that with her magic. So, and that sort of manipulativeness got to Terracnos, and he became what he is now. That was a nice wholesome talk, that's for sure. Yo, Doki Guy and Yandere, how you guys doing? Didn't expect you guys to show up. I've just been chilling. Currently trying to decipher this whole story that we have going on here from these last mods I played. This has been fun doing this. These are also quite emotional too, especially Shattered Time. I had to hold it together for some parts. Could you see them? You see Kuta, Pinku, Spray? I don't know what those are, unfortunately. I'm still new to this stuff. So these little things you point out, I won't get right away. How does Monica do it? She's just that good of a person, at least in this. Very... Oh. She's back! And she is very manipulative. I'm gonna say that right now. And this is a very eerie song as well. She's trying to convince Akane here that she's basically all on her own. No one cares about her. Trying to get Akane to do what she wants. And that's to make her life very miserable. Happened to her eyes? I hope they're not glitched like Shattered times people's eye. Like that was freaky. I don't know if I could have handled that when I looked at it. Oh, yep, they still believe that she killed us. Even though she didn't do a damn thing. We just got hit by a bus. But this whole thing gets looped around to her. He should have got arrested. He basically... That was straight up harassment what he was doing. This Wallace guy. Can't believe it. The fact his music hasn't stopped either is giving me more bad vibes. Oh, I remember this scene. Reading the text was hard about it too. It might go in, I think it goes into detail about that water balloon scene a bit later. I think though, I could be wrong. She just can't risk going back to people for what might happen. This is what Terracno's sister wants. She wants Akane to feel alone. I don't know what she wants Akane to drive Akane to do, but that's the main gist of it. Speaking of her, trying her best to get in her head. Is this what we did? Is that what this is gonna be? In chapter 1, is it gonna be the scene where we tried to kill her? That's exactly what this is referencing. It's referencing the scene where, after that happened, I think it was Terracnos, he consumed our soul in chapter 1. And we almost killed Akane right here. But something stopped us from doing it. Which was Akane's like actual soul reaching out and breaking through.
Now she's really second guessing herself now after all this. It's been her life now. That's nice. You can see she's productive. But then again, it's hard to think about this stuff. My God. Just how bad are these students? They're going this far to do this kind of stuff. At least Hamari's still here. It's hard to watch when we all think that we're causing problems when she isn't. It's just these sort of students doing this thing. What might this scene be? It must be her mother with talking to her. But there's definitely some sort of like maybe scene going on in her head. My God. Really hard watching this knowing what her mother is like. She's gonna pace back and forth around the classroom. Oh boy, what does she see out here? Why is Jugral back?
Why is he here? It's weird now saying his name because before I didn't know how to pronounce his name. It's with a Jaws theme sort of thing going on there. But what does Jugro want this time? Last time he made us kill the Jotrio guy in Shattered Time. He made us kill him. He made us kill him. Now what the hell does he want? Yeah, unfortunately that's not how Jugro works. He doesn't just he can't kill people. He makes us kill people. At least that's what I'm getting from him. He works like Terracnos. He works under him, I should say. But apparently he can't do his job right. I just hate how her mom acts in this. It's just really sad seeing it this way. Try turning my mic down a little bit because I still feel it's a little loud. I don't want to be too quiet, but I feel like I'm covering up for just a little bit. That seems about fine. Hopefully I'm not too quiet. Great. Now they're chucking paper airplanes at us? Or at her. I keep saying us, but I keep thinking that we're involved in this in some way, but this is really more a Kane focus. It's not really about us. Okay, I just checked. I was awfully quiet. And now she's gone through the airplane at someone else. Great. That's just great. They all just call her that. What's she gonna say now since she's caught Aiko over here cheating? Quote unquote cheating. Because she's copying off of someone else's work. This is just how everyone else just sees her as. Oh, she's back again. Adjusting the audio on the game a little bit. So yeah, I did say that we're gonna go back to this scene at some point. This is a hard scene to watch because people just do anything at this point. And this is someone I grew up personally dealing with something like this. It's personal to me, so I won't go into that much detail about it, but I can relate to something like this happening. Stuff is hard to go through, that's for sure. They will not let her get out. Sick a bus after you. Just summons a bus to run you over. For some people, this would be really hard to watch. I can see that. Because it involves a lot of, straight up bullying, and that's hard for some people. But that is a warning when you go and download this mod. I'm gonna just say that right now. And I'm guessing in chapter 3 and whatever this final part is, it might get even worse. I really think she deserves it, man. Inappropriate. I want to know what those guys are doing. I think I know why she's thinking about it. It's Terracnos' sister messing with her mind. She just went up and grabbed her phone. Okay. And she just should have smacked her. My God. pessimistic about it. Yeah, now she gonna try to spin the narrative. Oh, this is a big Hamari moment right here. She watched all of that. Oh boy. Here comes the sarcasm. I mean, it sounded pretty hard, that's for sure. I like Hamari's character, but I don't know. I haven't found a way to use her yet. But I like how other people use her. This is a good example of that. What's she gonna be thinking about now? Drastic music change. Stooping to this level now? I'm just thinking about having to grow up in a school like this where something happens and the whole school talks about it and half of them are against you about it. More than half. That's literally what this feels like. See, they don't know her dad just straight up had to leave. But you know, these people are quick to making assumptions. They don't know anyone. But I'm understanding the point of doing these scenes. Yeah. she might go into detail on what she wants Kane to do. Now it's her again. Oh boy. This is interesting now. We got these two versus Hamari. Yeah, it's tragic, but it's not tragic the way you're putting it. Because it's completely wrong the way you're putting it. Yeah, it's just really sad how they've all spun the narrative at this point. Now they think that she's got a death list. My God. I can see why Momoko's the more talkative one. Desi doesn't say much. I'm gonna say that right now. Like, she does say a few things, but Momoko really, I feel, sucks up to her and kind of makes it, puts all these narratives to her. At least that's what I get from what I've seen so far with these two. It didn't make a lot of sense the way I put it, but that's my way of seeing it. But that was another scene in her head. And now she's basically telling her to get off, Kane to get off her ass and do something about it. Hey, Doki guy, you right. They need to leave Hamari alone. They don't know what they're talking about. Oh my God. She's in the... This is gonna be the same scene like how we talk to Taraknos. This is how Kane's talking to Taraknos' sister here. Okay, let's skip all that, get to the point. I do like the themes they give for each one, not gonna lie. Like Teragnos' theme has more piano in it. I don't know what this instrument is. I do like to distinguish between the two. Stuck in a prison? Oh yeah. They can show themselves as their spirits like this. Right now, does that not look like that wants to kill you? And I'm still not gonna be able to pronounce her name, so I'm not even gonna bother until I figure this out. I'm probably gonna look it up later. So they know about Yuri and she knows about Yuri and Koto. That's interesting. It is interesting how this is all tied together with them. Because there's like an ongoing so-called war between these cults. Yeah, like Teragno, she's been watching over us as well. He got impatient, so he's like, nope, we're gonna mess with him now. That's one name for it. Yeah, because that's not his actual name. We don't know what his actual name is. At least I don't think that was revealed to us yet. Interesting. I'm trying to pay attention to this scene specifically now, but maybe this is a reference here. I didn't pick anything up from that. Oh, so this is when she thought something must be done about this. Yeah.
what they want it in the wrong way. They know how she feels, but the way they're trying to get her to stand up for herself is just, it's not right. And when Terracnos did it to us in chapter 1, he saw it the same way almost. With how Akane kept rejecting us. But that was only visions in our mind that we were made to believe. And those weren't true. This is the story. This might be the story of how Terracnos became Terracnos. That's who it was. I heard that name. Terracnos mentioned that in the last chapter. He mentioned Nahila. And she can't stand Nahila, clearly. Which, it does bring up the question now. Are these actually real people? Because if Yuri and Koto had to deal with them in that sort of cult, they must be real people. Just on a much higher scale compared to everyone else, considering their history. And if she's trapped in a prison right now, and she conveys herself as some sort of spirit, who knows what Terracnos looks like and everyone else. Something interesting to me to think about now. That these could be real people. They're not these sort of spirit sort of things. They can convey themselves as these, but they're not actually this. They're real people who can actually use this sort of magic. Yeah. She really didn't like Nahila. It looked like it was corrupting Terracnos to her. Yeah, that would make sense. Like Terracnos, she can bend emotions as well. Am I reading that right? She made her father kill her. Did I read that right? I don't know.
she also believes in killing someone in this order thing. And it will be the answer. Like Tarak knows how we had to do it in Shattered Time. We had to kill someone. She believes in the same thing too. Of course, the Kane doesn't want to do that because that's just, it's messed up. That's just got almost everything I need to know out of that one. Being brother and sister, they really are related with what they do. But they don't like each other. So what do they do with Amy now? We haven't seen her at all in this so far. And she's like a big part of the whole Terracno story and how it ended in chapter 1. Oh yeah. Now we're sort of able to, like a Kane was able to do for us in chapter 1, we're able to do it for her because our soul is still tethered to this world, but her soul's calling out to us, and we're able to answer that and sort of like do what we just did there, but we can't do much more than that because of how much limit we have. Because we're on death's door right now. Oh boy, I know exactly where that key goes. If it's the exact one. Yeah. I won't say anything what was in that desk. That was in chapter 1. But then I think from what I think is gonna happen, it'll make sense for why the events in chapter 1 happened the way they did. But yeah. We're trying to stop her from opening that drawer. That's why we keep calling her name. Man, can Drew Girl leave us alone? He's still there. He's the big push. Um Taragnos' sister was kind of talking about it, but Juglo actually goes in and does it. At least that's what I got from um Shattered Time. But that's just where I'm seeing it. Could be wrong. Not this song. This song is the most eerie out of all of them, but out of all the songs that this these mods use, this has to be my favorite one. It conveys so much. I actually woke up this morning listening to this for at least a good 6 hours because it was that good to me. I'm honestly considering using it for my stuff. But yeah, we're still calling out to her because she's not supposed to open that damn drawer. But she's really feeling like she has to. When it's no, they're pushing her to do it, but she's not supposed to be doing it. But it looks like she's gonna be opening it. Yep, that's what I thought. The knife is in there again. And then this is what happens when she touches it. If I'm correct, this would make sense. Yep. Now it makes sense. And we're trying to stop her from becoming that because we touched the knife first and we knew this was gonna happen. And now she was being led on into this knife. So now it's just she's gotta avoid it now. She can't kill everyone in the room, even though that's what her sister wants, that's what Jugo wants, but that's not what we need to, not what she needs to be doing. But we were able to stop her. My God. That's Jugo. That's what she's referencing. Then she leaves her alone, at least for the moment. It's a lone war. It's like a mental war going on here. That's for sure. She was this close to becoming what we became, nearly killing her, except she was gonna kill every student in the classroom that was bothering her. It nearly got to that point. If only Himari knew what was going on right now. If only she knew. Yeah, they're terrible.
Weren't they always? I thought she was avoiding it the whole time, avoiding going to the club. Yeah, seeing and hearing things, they're real, that's for sure. What she's seeing and hearing is definitely real, as much as she wants to believe it's not. It won't be too hard to forget, but they said a whole lot, all these people. I like Hamari getting the spotlight in this, getting a spotlight. I feel like I rarely see those now. I don't think we got that much longer left, because I know this one is shorter than chapter 1. At least I think it is. It feels like it's shorter, but... has a point. So I wonder if we're actually watching her right now. I'm pretty sure we are, so we're able to say that. But we of course we can't do anything about it because we're just some sort of spirit. But we're with Articus right now, and he's helping us being able to see her right now. Some sort of capacity. Yeah, she's actually able to take us home. Take her home. Keep doing that. What's gonna happen now, though?
I'll spend the afternoon with Hamari then. So it looks like it's gonna happen here. Yeah, good. She's finally getting over that isolation problem she was having. Before, she didn't want to talk to anyone because 90% of people would just trash her. Look at that face. Why is that funny to me? Start looking at that face with a straight face. That's just funny. It's too funny. Sounds about right. See, something tells me about, I mentioned this before, about all this bullying and harassment, that either Taraknos is doing that, or it's his sister doing that. They're amplifying all these people's emotions, and it's actually getting to that point. But if they're doing that out of their own free will, then that's even worse. No wonder why her sister came to kill everyone. This is taking place before where they're graduating, so it'll be interesting to see when the next one gets made. Are they going to be already graduating and something's going to go horribly wrong? That would be pretty messed up if that was the case. But what actually happened was we jumped in front of that bus trying to save a little kid, which we did do, but look where it got us. Hard with all these questions, that's for sure. But we're still pulling through right now. That's exactly right now. all these good points she's pulling up. It's hard to name them all, but they're all, you'll have to agree with them. That's the biggest point so far with this whole thing. Now she gonna cry again, great. But it's true about our character. We've shown this. We really do care for everyone around here. That got her all excited, that's for sure. What does Hamari not know? What does she not know? This is a very touching scene, that's for sure. Feeling of not belonging. I mean, it makes sense. She was trying to isolate herself so much. Yeah, you keep those to yourself. That would not be a good look. Discuss those with Yuri and Koto, but Hamari is not the right person for that. That is kind of tough to think about. She's
so kept in thinking everyone's against her that she doesn't know how everyone else feels when she actually decides to not be around anyone. Hopefully it means things will turn around now. Yeah, that sounds about right. I had a feeling with with Destiny where it feels like to me she's sort of roped into Momoko and she's always convincing her of what's going on. That's just what it seems like to me. I could be wrong about that. That was very wholesome for sure. It's nice to see it was a different character doing it too, instead of your usual four. Yeah, this is an interesting outfit. Didn't expect to see this, that's for sure. Yeah, you got a point. His sister is not done with you just yet. I hope so. This is a solemn vow she's been taking. Let's just move on to another day. But we're not done because we still haven't heard from Terragnos yet. So of course we'd have to hear from him. And he's talking about Articus right now.
Terragnos really is a villain who knows everything, no matter what. You don't think he knows, but he knows. But I still wonder if he became this corrupt when she killed the person Terragnos loved. So no wonder why he became this person. He definitely heard those words, that's for sure. I'm surprised how well these guys can keep up with each other, though. Yeah. I think he's lost it. Yeah, so she is locked away. And now he wants to kill her. Terragnos wants to do so much, and he's that powerful enough to do it, that's for sure. He got corrupted just because her sister. I thought her sister kind of brought him onto her side. And now we see Nahil, at least in this form. But we know she's dead. But this is an interesting scene too. Maybe this will make a few more points here too. So that's his real name, Keratos? Something I'll have to keep in mind, that's for sure. So maybe there is still a bit of good in him. If it can come out. So you're saying there's a chance. That sounds about right. But throughout this whole mods, no one seems to like the fate concept, that's for sure.
You can really see how much you think he's a bad one, but really he just been corrupted. He wasn't like this. The Keratos person was never like this. Maybe it is her sister after all. That's really the big problem. His his sister really does a whole lot, and then that's why they banished her. But she's still causing problems. There is a huge correlation to a different game that these I can speak that this scene here really gives off. I'll go over it at the end when I give my full verdict. What I think. This guy's been through so much. No wonder why he turned. He just had enough. He finished the line. And that's how that concludes. Well, to say the least. It's hard to say whether I think this is better than Chapter 1. But I do really like the different perspective that we get. Because with us, it was more fighting of trying to confess our emotions to a Kane and, not having that feeling of being denied over and over. Because that's what was going on. We were in a loophole of being
being denied over and over, and we couldn't break out of it. And in this case, it's the scene of us getting hit by that bus. Everything continued after that. And it was just our own spirit going through everything of that nature. And Terrachnos/Keratos having that big effect on us. And then in this chapter was her sister. His sister. Keep doing that. Starting to see that it's his sister being the major problem. Even though she's locked up, she's still causing so much trouble. And from what we know now, we don't know how we can stop her. Keratos, I'll call him Keratos now since we know his actual name. He wasn't always like this. He got corrupted. And the person he loved dearly managed to break through to him, at least for a little bit. We don't know if it'll actually last and he will actually continue with what he does. Well, that brings me to the point of, this reminds me of Super Paper Mario. It's probably a game most people have played by now. But that story with Blumiere or Count Black and Tippy or Timpani, that whole moral of losing someone and them getting corrupted because of it, thinking the whole world means nothing to them because they lost the one thing that they enjoyed, cherished the most. It just really turns everyone on their heads because what more can that person ask for in the world? They've lost the one thing that meant everything to them. So everything means nothing to them now. So I think that was the whole thing that Shadow was going for when he wrote this. There's a whole love story at play, but it's more, we have to accept fate and what happens. Some things are meant to be, some things aren't meant to be. So that's where I think I personally stand from how he wrote this. And I can definitely say I'm hooked to the story. I really want to know how this goes. And if I were to predict what happens, it would probably end the same way as Super Paper Mario did. And maybe Keratos would have to nobly sacrifice himself to be with the woman that he loves now in order to, save the world, because her sister might become even more corrupted than he is right now. And more powerful than he is. Because right now, he's more powerful than his sister. But I think that can change, and something's gonna go wrong. We'll just have to wait and see, but that's just what I think, personally, what's gonna happen here. So overall, I'm glad I replayed this. I'm glad I played Shattered Time, and I'm glad I looked at Night Nurse, because I see how all this connect. But with Shattered Time specifically, that's its own timeline. And I did read somewhere that this whole the finale to this, is going to involve all these timelines. So all this is going to come together in some way. And they're all going to go against this whole cult. That's what I think of this as a whole. I really, really love this story. I really do. And I can't wait to finish the rest of it when it comes out. Obviously, there'll be mods I'll cover here and there. starting to see me becoming someone who covers this stuff, but I want to cover Doki Guy's mod that Yandere couldn't stream earlier. I was on that stream, and kind of unfortunate we couldn't get to it. But I'm debating on covering that mod myself whenever he fixes it. But we'll just see how I feel. I want to cover that New Kids mod that I played a few days ago when that gets fully done. And whatever else might come to me. I might play Convergence, but that's a long one. And I'm gonna take a break because this was a long thing for me to do, covering this whole arc here. But I really wanted to do this because I love this story and everything going on in it. But yeah, I think that's all I need to say. It's getting close to 9:30 for me, so. If you want to check out anything else that I said about these stories, my other vlogs are up. They are lengthy, but if you want to know what I actually think, you can just skip to the end. You don't have to see the whole thing. What other things I need to say? My next mod, I've now decided, I think I said this yesterday, but that's gonna be out on Sunday. And that isn't changing. That's gonna be out on Sunday. And what I have planned, oh boy. I will give one hint. It's similar to what's been written here. It's not exactly like it because I took my own direction with it. But yeah. I really do see me and Shadow having a similar perspective with how we write stuff. Because, again, I wrote my stuff first before I played these mods, or actually really looked into them, and now I can see the sort of resemblance. I really do write similar to he does, to how he does it. But obviously he has his own way of doing it without his characters and everything work, so. Yeah. I do hope I get to talk to him again. I really hope I can. But yeah, I think I've said all I need to say though. I think I'm gonna call it here. I don't know when I'm gonna be live again because right now I'm currently just trying to fix my mod up and have that ready for y'all. If I do go live, it won't be a mod. I'll probably be playing some other game. Or, actually, if there is a mod in this whole arc that I haven't covered, then I probably should. Someone can let me know in the comments or whatever. Or DM me on Discord, whatever it is. If there's some mod I should cover in this and I haven't, that's probably what the next stream will be. Devil Shadows in my chat. Oh my god. Well, that's ironic. That's unironically something that happened. So these mods were way before I started doing them? Well, I actually genuinely didn't know that. Well, personally, like I said, I don't want to feel like I'm taking from you, Shadow. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't want to feel like I'm taking from you. If these were made, they were more made before I started making my stuff. Okay. Like I said, I want no beef. I don't want anything. I don't want any beef. I don't want anything. That's not my thing. I apologize if I made that was how it worded and made you feel hurt. Because that wasn't my intention. I really do love what you're going for with this. I really do. it really did, then I apologize. I wasn't trying to. That was never my intention. I'm being dead serious. I didn't want to sound like I was egoing you. The way I worded it, I tried to say I wrote similar to you. I didn't want to say I'm better than you because I know I'm not. That was not what I wanted to go for. Obviously, there's still stuff I want to understand with this story because there's bits and pieces I'm still missing throughout it. Look, since you're here, I don't want to feel like I'm offending you in any way because I know you're a nice guy. I talked to you on stream before, and I know these mods mean a whole lot to you with how you've written them. I really just don't. I don't want to take that there. I don't want to feel like I'm doing anything that offends you in any way. And if I did, I'm sorry, okay? That's the last thing I want to feel like I'm doing to you right now. I know what has happened, what he's told me. I don't want to be one of them. I really don't. That was unexpected to say the least, but I really don't know what else to say. I kind of know I get tilted with what I said, and it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Say that right now. He's obviously not here to watch it because he just left, but I'm not that kind of guy. I don't want to feel like I'm taking from someone. I've been in this situation before where, I may have said the wrong thing and it got taken the wrong way. But I'm not gonna let that affect me. I'm gonna move on from it. I make mistakes. These kind of mistakes happen, and it's just move on. So again, I am sorry to Shadow for not understanding it the way I should have, but I'll do my best to move on from it. This happens. I know what he's been through, and I know clearly what I said ticked him off. He can hate me all he wants for what I said, and that's fine. That's just how he thinks of me now. And okay, I'm not gonna change his opinion. That's what he thinks of me now. It's whatever. That isn't going to stop me from doing what I want to do. Yeah, I think I'll call it here. Again, my next thing that I will make will be out on Sunday. I have a lot of stuff planned for it. And I hope y'all be on the right track. That's all for me. I will see you guys the next time I stream, which who knows will be. And yeah, y'all take care.